You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about sports in the state of Michigan?
You can't handle the truth!
Well, we're giving you the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, the show that provides research and statistics about all the Detroit and Michigan sports teams, whether fans like it or not, and detects, exposes, and reveals actual and hidden facts and truth that the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. No junk, no entertainment, no homerism, no slappiness, no coddling, no pop culture, no conspiracy theories, no opinions, no shilling, and no fluff. Head over to our website, themichigansportstruthpodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram at Michigan_Truth, and like and share our verified Facebook page, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Also listen to us on Spreaker, CastBox, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts via iTunes, and Spotify. The Michigan Sports Truth Podcast does not represent or defame any of the teams it covers. It only detects, exposes, and reveals honest, actual, and hidden truth, facts, and statistics about them.
All right, so welcome to another episode of the Independent Edition. I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow me on Twitter at Instagram at DT2Phillips with 2 L's. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The Pistons drafted small forward Seko Doumbia from France at 15th, traded the 30th pick Calvin Porter Jr. to the Cleveland Cavaliers for cash considerations, and traded up to get forward Davidas Servaitis from Lithuania at 37 in exchange for the 45th pick Isaiah Roby, probably a guard or something, with the Dallas Mavericks, who went to the Dallas Mavericks, while center Bol, which was highly recommended for the Pistons to pick by the Athletic a month ago, ended up at 44th overall, was picked by the Miami Heat, and then traded to the Denver Nuggets. The Pistons not only passed up Bol, but also refused to take any center in the draft whatsoever when that center position was needed to be addressed, and it wasn't. They feel they didn't need any centers primarily because they still have that mental midget center Andre Drummond as their star center and face of the franchise, while their stupid, careless, immature, and rotten fan base raves, worships, and dubs him as a holy god of the entire city of Detroit, which is so wrong. Thon Maker may be enlisted as a backup center, but he's more of a winger instead of a man in the middle. Zaza Pachulia was terrible last season and was already considered for removal because now he's an unrestricted free agent. So Andre Drummond is pretty much Detroit's only real NBA center for the Pistons. And the front office, Tom Gores and Ed Stefanski, decided not to address that position because they are completely lazy and over-loyal to him. So, there you go. For the Red Wings, they drafted 5 defensemen: Moritz Seider at 6'3", 208 from Deutschland's Mannheim in Germany at 6 overall. Antti Tuomisto at 6'4", 193 from Finland in round 2 at 35th overall. And yes, I'm going for the defenseman first. Albert Johansson, 6'0", 165 from Sweden, also in round 2, the 60th overall. Cooper Moore at 97th overall, 6'1", 175 from Connecticut in round 5. And Gustav Berglund, 177th in round 6, 6'2", 194 from Sweden. The other players that they drafted that were not defensemen: 54th in round 2, left winger Robert Mastro Simone, 5'10", 159 from the USHL's Chicago team. Then they went 66 in round 3 and got right winger Albin Grue, 5'11", 190 from Sweden. 97th in round 4, senior Ethan Phillips from Canada at 5'9", 150. He played for the USHL Sioux Falls teams. At 159th overall in round 6, right winger Elmer Soderblom, 6'6", 219 from Sweden, the Junior League. At 190th in round 7, left winger Kirill Teodosiev at 590, 146 from Russia in the Junior League. And finally, right after that, at 191st in round 7, goaltender Carter Gylander at 6'5", 171 from Canada, playing for the AJHL Sherwood Park team. The main thing to learn about this is Steve Yzerman, Pat Verbeek, Kris Draper, and Tyler Wright are addressing the defenseman position. There may not have been necessarily searching for defensemen because there were just a lot of great ones out there in the draft, but that position was badly needed to be addressed. That's because the older defensemen on the Red Wings NHL roster, such as Jonathan Ericsson, Danny DeKeyser, Nicholas Kronwall, Mike Green, Trevor Daley, and Madison Bowie, have been awful as a defensive whole on the ice and needed to be somehow replaced with better talent of any age. So you can tell the difference between the Pistons and Red Wings in drafting. The Pistons didn't address the positions in need, while the Red Wings did. So here's my closing statement. It won't be interesting at all to see what the Pistons front office can do in free agency this summer because this organization is lazy and has no direction with Tom Gores and Ed Stefanski at the helm. They continue to hail Andre Drummond as champion and MVP of the team, no matter what. Also, not to mention Blake Griffin. But it will be interesting to see what Yzerman, Verbeek, Draper, and Wright have in store then for the Red Wings. Another reminder that the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast is also prime time on Blog Talk Radio under Mancini Sports on the Stables Network. Listen online at blogtalkradio.com/Mancini Sports. And if anyone is interested in sponsoring our primetime edition on the Stables Network, please email our fine producer Mark Mancini at mancinisports@yahoo.com. Check out our new website, themichigansportstruthpodcast.com. Check out its verified Facebook page, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, and follow its Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram accounts at Michigan_Truth. I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DT2Phillips. Thanks very much for listening, downloading, and sharing. Stay smart, Michiganders. TTFN, ta-ta for now. And hit them with a hind.
The Michigan Sports Truth Podcast does not represent or defame any of the teams it covers. It only detects, exposes, and reveals honest, actual, and hidden truth, facts, and statistics about them.
And mission complete.